Let's get this party started, Vondell. You've been absent for a little while, but that's okay because everybody need a mental health break. So tell us about why did you come back?
I came back because the biggest betrayal just happened when AOC was denied for the Oversight Committee chairman of the ranking member of the Government Oversight Committee.
Okay, and so since she was denied, well, tell us kind of how you feel about the people that denied her access to becoming head of the Oversight Committee.
This is not the first time this happened to AOC. This is not the first time. This is Nancy Pelosi just not liking Alexandria Ocasio Cortez because she was challenging the system and challenging the old guard. When she was trying to be the chairman of the environmental on climate change, she was denied that position and gave it to Frank Pallone of New Jersey, which Frank Pallone is 73 years old.
Okay, now, and then this time she gave it to AOC's, turned that position over to who?
To Representative Jared Conley of Virginia. And Representative Jared Conley is 74 years old. Oh, it gets worse than this. He has what they call esophageal cancer.
Esophageal cancer.
Esophageal cancer, which is
the best way to say it.
The best way to say it on a 5th grade term is throat cancer.
Okay, and with that, usually...
And that usually is a very horrible cancer. It has the worst survival rate of all cancers. Do you know what the rate for throat cancer that Jared Conley has? 20% survival rate. 20%.
And usually this particular cancer, it involves somebody that might be obese, somebody that smoked, or,
smoking or drinking,
or chewed tobacco, or and I'm not saying he did any of these things, but these are the things that they look at because the risk is great when you have that. You have the stress. You have a lot of stress going on. Also, another part of that esophageal cancer is that when a person has what they call is digestive health, it's acid reflux, and if they've had acid reflux for many years, then they get esophageal cancer. So I'm not saying that Jerry had any of these things. I'm just saying that those are some of the things that they look at under this particular heading. Go ahead, Woody. Now
we have family members that died from Jared Conley's cancer, and it was ugly.
It was absolutely ugly. Now, the thing that puzzled me about the election of Jerry to have this position, I'm not saying, and I remember Adam Marcus said in one of his videos that we can't discard people that's old because they do have that experience and knowledge. But what we like to tell Adam Marcus is it's a time, even if we do have that experience and knowledge,
to just step aside and guide from behind the scenes, not in front of the scenes, especially when we're going against the president and Elon Musk. We need all the younger and healthy bodies that we can get.
Because times have changed, and you have to know when to fold.
When to fold, when to hold, and when to fold. Because if the Democrats continue to do what Nancy Pelosi is doing, you're going to end up like Party City. You're going to end up like Big Lots. You're going to be out of business.
Okay. And, I'm not wishing any bad on anybody that's elderly because they would consider me elderly. And I've always said I consider myself a new G because I'm constantly learning. And, this is something that I want to do. But I know how to step back and let other people lead the way because it's your guys' time to fight, and it's going to be a hard struggle, but you need to support, and just letting Adam know that, yes, you would need the support of a person that may have that knowledge. I'm willing to support from, I don't have to be out there in the limelight saying I'm the person that's going on stage, the headliner. I could be in the background, but still giving constructive advice, constructive criticism.
And from behind the scenes, because when you look at the ranking members of the Democrats, you look at, Maxine Waters, she's good, but she's 86 years old. She's the head of the Democrats in the Financial Committee. You look at Congressman Richie Neal of Massachusetts, 75 years old. Oh my goodness. You look at Frank Pallone that's on the Environmental Committee, 73 years old.
And, they may be knowledgeable, but hey, it's time to step off.
It's time to step off because that knowledge does not work. They come from a Democratic Party that come from an era, a pre-Bush era, when there was actually good faith,
And,
when there was no Jim Jordan or Taylor Marjorie Greene.
and you need communicators. You need somebody that has the language that has the younger people's language, that they can communicate that language to them, to let them know that, hey, you know what, we're neck and neck. I can say things to you and it don't go over my head because, we're kind of from that same era. But the thing that was disturbing and distracting with that particular electing Jerry Connolly was, there was a beat down on Biden's age, okay? And so why would you go out there and
go into and old, and this is the same Nancy Pelosi that knocked Jared Nadler, that's 77 years old, and got Jamie Raskin there as well. And Jamie Raskin is a communicator, but you didn't do the same for AOC. That's messed up.
Yeah, that was messed up. So,
what is Nancy Pelosi trying to do? That's just power. It's a power play. What it's really saying is, if you challenge me and challenge the old bull, you're not going to get it. You're going to have to wait your turn. That wait your turn stuff, like the culture in Hawaii, that is dead. That is gone.
It's time for the old bull to pass the horns.
That's to buy the horn, because you're failing, because you cannot afford to alienate young people, or you're going to end up like the mainstream media that's also dying too.
Okay. So one of the things that the Government Oversight Committee was, they had concerns about accountability. And what was that concerns about accountability? It was what?
It was that if you not encourage you about involvement. And it also calls about accountability, because if we have accountability and distrust, institutions are dying because of not trust.
An absence of this accountability will lead to corruption and lack of transparency.
Yes.
We got a whole lot of lies floating around out there.
We sure do.
And how would this have an impact on democracy?
It will already erode the trust on democracy, and it would lead to a catastrophe or a dictatorship.
Okay. It would absolutely undermine democracy and, like you said, the trust. Advocating for reform, that was what they wanted to. Well, basically, even with AOC, that was reform right there. Bringing in somebody new.
They're bringing in somebody that's younger and more energetic, and you have the old bulls do not want reform at all. They just do not want. They want to benefit from the old reform, and told the young people, wait your line, wait in your turn. That wait your turn don't work today. It just doesn't. I mean, look at what's happening with GM and Ford, where you used to wait your turn for promotion with unions. That ain't going to work today. You're getting laid off. Corporations are not waiting their turn to lay you off. They're old or young. They don't care.
And people used to tell them, say, you know what?
If you work hard,
give them two weeks notice. Now people like,
no, they ain't going to give you 2 weeks notice. You know how the one person at Big Lots found out in Tennessee that they're losing their job? They didn't tell them through their face. They told them through an email. No,
that's just even worse. You walk in and you're out. But advocating for reform, it strengthens the power of the committee and it monitors the government action. Okay, and then we have public engagement. AOC wanted people to be engaged in also, advocating for what they need in the government. And that when you advocate for engagement, you kind of bring the people from the outside in to discuss, all the things that's going on, how their needs can be met.
Their needs and different generations are met today.
And you're advocating for truth and the truth, not lies, and you want accountability. But one of the things about public engagement, it doesn't leave people in the dark, and it's an educational tool. It's an educational tool in the toolbox for people to be well informed, because that happened in the election when they called the low voters,
low information voters.
They weren't well informed. And they voted what? Against?
They voted not only against their own interests, but in the public good. We're not even able to vote for our own interests, let alone the public good. We're not capable of that right now, the way this is going.
So we got a critique of current structures, and that's not addressing the needs of the people, because they need to be there. They need to express their needs. Should not be the needs of Elon Musk or Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh, did I say that wrong? Vivek Ramaswamy. I call him Vivek Ramaswamy.
They're slime balls, so you can call them that, because they don't deserve to be even the right to even have their name pronounced.
And the thing about it, we want to be able to hold the people that's powerful, we want to hold them accountable. We don't care how much money they have.
It's their character that matters with the rich, because money exposes your character for who you really are.
And so, how you feeling now? Are you feeling pretty good?
When I'm health wise, for me, I'm pretty good, but I feel betrayed by mostly the Democrats, and as a younger person, more worse than I do the Republicans.
So, what would you say to somebody like Jamie Raskins or?
What I say to the James Clyburns and the Nancy Pelosi's, you need to just retire, because what we're fighting against, we cannot rely on those rules. Those rules are gone.
Didn't Maxine Waters a long time ago knock somebody out a seat too?
Yeah, what Maxine Waters did, and here's what she did. She undermined it and eventually got rid of Katie Porter in California as well, for when she used that board to hold the financial people accountable, and she used that whiteboard when she simplified things. It was Maxine Waters that kicked her out of the committee.
Who did she kick out?
Katie Porter.
And what was Katie Porter's position?
She was on the finance committee.
Oh, okay. And how old is Maxine now?
Maxine Waters, as ranking member of the finance committee, she's going to be chair once that the Democrats get back to House. She is 86 years old. 86 years old, folks.
And you know what? I sincerely hope that Jamie Raskin, I hope you hear my voice, because I really think that AOC needs to hold that position in as the
ranking member.
And Jasmine Crockett,
he needs to be on the Judiciary Committee.
She needs Jamie, hear me telling you, Jasmine Crockett needs to be on the Judicial Committee. And we have another guy out there, Hoggs. Was it
David Hogg, that's running for DNC vice chair? And David Hogg was talking about the young men, and when the Democrats really hate about attacking young men. Okay. And that's another problem that the Democrats need to be problem. They got a cultural problem. They got a media problem. They got a young person problem.
They got a community.
They got a communication problem. And you don't realize how bad your old ideals lost. You don't have any idea.
Okay, so maybe we can help bring them up to speed. So we got this party started. You're feeling better, and what do you?
I'm feeling really good this time.
Okay, and so what do you want to say before you get out of here and end the party?
But before I go out to end the party, this is what this platform that I'm going to be building is about: trust. And we have to, because there's a lot of trust that is gone from the political community to the friendships and relationships. We have to build that trust now more than ever, especially when the catastrophe is coming, when January 20th comes, when the president, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy giving away their coming to power.
Yeah, but one of the things, and I want to say too that I thought it was really phenomenal that the president said, "Oh, look at me! I got a lot of friends. A lot of people want to be my friend."
No, they want to be your friend. They do not want to be your friend.
But I think the worst of the big lie was, okay, so now he got all these friends, which is the billionaires, the BMC. But what happened? Nobody's talking about
the Ian Joke or Wright anymore. They thought they had all this access. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Because
he's just using you as just a fool and a tool.
So now
for your means.
He's moved from the evangelicals.
He moved from the evangelicals to the billionaires, because that's what he wanted to be.
But somebody else got sniped too. Who was that?
The whole Republican Party has also been sniped.
MAGA.
And MAGA has also been sniped.
Because does he need MAGA? No, because he got billionaire friends. What do he need them for? So they got...
You're a tool. You're a tool to a malignant narcissist, to any narcissist, but especially a mad power, malignant narcissist. And that's another thing we're going to be battling against. We are going to have to be battling against malignant narcissism here and around the world. That's another thing we'll be talking about too. And we're going to be talking about the jobs as well. Stop relying on the job to take care of you, because that's gone. Look what happened with Party City. And the Democrats are acting like Party City and Big Lots, okay? And they're back acting like Ford and GM with the seniority system.
Okay, so on that note, I'm glad you're feeling better. and you sounding like that Teddy Kennedy Boone voice over there. And I think you knocked us out of the park. And, we'll see you up again soon, real soon.
We'll see you real soon. Peace.
There you go. We're out.